Effie, and this is What Effie Reads. Today I'm going to be doing the Would You Read It challenge, which was created by @2 Brody. So the way this challenge works is you pick a book off each of your shelves, or kind of whatever works for your shelving system, to be honest. As long as you've got a selection of books, and then you read just the first line of the books and you say whether you would read them or not. So you don't read the plot or anything, just the first line. I'm going to preface it by saying all of the books that I've picked out are books that I highly recommend and books that I love. So if the first line tickles you, then I do definitely recommend you pick them up, because these are some of my favourite books. So I'm going to start with Written in the Stars by Ali Harris. Okay. 30th of April 2014. I didn't intend to be a runaway bride. Prozac Nation by Elizabeth Wurtzel. Prologue. I hate myself and I want to die. I start to get the feeling that something is really wrong. Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. How to Save No One. My face is mashed sideways against the truck of a police cruiser when Kate dies for the third time. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. The 11th apartment had only one closet, but it did have a sliding glass door that opened onto a small balcony from which he could see a man sitting across the way, outdoors in only a t-shirt and shorts, even though it was October, smoking. Choke by Chuck Palahnuik. If you're going to read this, don't bother. The Vampire Blood Trilogy by Darren Shan. I've always been fascinated by spiders. Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. Well, someone has to marry the man, the Emperor said. Mrs. Death by Salena Godden. Disclaimer, this book contains dead people. The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Her Name is Melanie. A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. What's it gonna be then, eh? The Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury. January 1999. Rocket Summer. 1 minute it was Ohio winter, with doors closed, windows locked, the panes blind with frost, icicles fringing every roof, children skiing on slopes, housewives lumbering like great black bears in their furs along the icy streets. The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. Only dead people are allowed to have statues, but I have been given one while still alive. As I said before I got into these books, these are some of my favourite books. Some a little less though than others, because I kind of had to pick, I was trying to pick something off every shelf. I didn't manage to get every single shelf. So yeah, I went into it like knowing these are some of my favourite books, but based just off the first line, the books that didn't really interest me were these ones. So we've got The Martian Chronicles, The Girl with All the Gifts, The Vampire Blood Trilogy, A Little Life, and Prozac Nation. And it is really interesting to see that these are like absolutely some of my favourite books. Like, these two books are quite possibly like well, this whole series, but like this is a standalone, are quite possibly two of my very, very favourite books. And yet the first line didn't tickle me. And then the books that did really intrigue me were these ones. So we've got The Testaments, A Clockwork Orange, Mrs. Death, Mrs. Death, Winter's Orbit, Choke, Opposite of Always, and Written in the Stars. I think what differentiates these from the books that I wasn't as interested in is that they either start in the middle of the action or they have something that makes you take a step back and wonder what's going on. So I guess this has been a really short and sweet video. As I say, I pretty much recommend all of the books that I have included in this video, but I'd love if you'd let me know in the comments down below which of the books that I read the first line from have you intrigued. Which ones are you thinking you might go and see what the blurb is for them? And until next time, bye!